Hey folks, Landstryder here, and you're watching episode 53 of season 2 of my Nightmare series in Agrarian Skies. And you can see behind me, I've gotten all these alchemy automated systems set up now. And if we go and take a look at those individually right now, this one down here is making catalyst, the simple catalyst. And that's used in just about every one of these other ones. So when I first set these up, that one was really taxed because all these needed it. But now they're all basically full. You see on the other side there is a hopper that gets filled up with the material so that I have basically 6 stacks. There's 5 in the hopper, and then 1 stack gets backed up into, okay, I guess it's just 1 piece. So 6 stacks plus 1 piece. Well, this one's got 64. Why that one don't? Interesting. I guess not really relevant, but anyway, there's plenty of materials available to the system. And these are a lot of these are going to be needed today because I am going to be building that particularly awesome advanced blood magic spell. And I'm going to try to talk a little bit about maybe some of the other possibilities of the advanced spell system. Maybe demonstrate a few of those things. But the main thing is I want to get the digging spell built because I want to get the dirt collected for and there's my call system for calling the chests. I apologize about the shortness of yesterday's video, so this one will probably go long again. If you are a fan of the long videos, great. If not, sorry. I tend to try to fit a lot into an episode, so, and show you as much as possible of the process that goes into it. Get my armor back on so I can have my Grease Lightning. You get real used to the speed after a while, and then when you don't have it, you really miss it. So, and that's out for Cozy Kitties. Yeah, every time I leave my computer on overnight, the kitty cats seem to bug out, and then they'll like decide that they want to go wander off, and then I have to catch them and put them back in the cat house. It's just a weird thing. I don't know why. But yeah, I did leave my system on to attempt to process some cobble. So if we look at cobble, we can see that it is processing up. I've got a bunch of quadruple, and I've got a couple of septuple. Do I have some septuple? I know I do. It's bouncing because the cobble keeps getting drawn in and out of the system. But anyway, trust me, there's some septuple there. Well, I think it's the 6, yeah. Yep. 6 septuple. I need to get 9 total. These are processing the cobble basically as it's coming in now because it processed the whole 20-some million that I had currently in the system. I'm not exactly sure what my total would be now because it's being compressed, but it's being compressed as it comes in now, so I don't have to worry about that. And it's only doing the first 4 stages. It's basically just to make it a little easier for the ME assembler to put the final stages together later, because it's a lot of actions to do that. And even with this really upgraded assembler with a lot of processes in there, there's only 4 pages. The rest of the 27, yeah, 3 squared. 3 squared is 27. Yeah. So the rest of the 27 blocks in the center of this are processors. That would be total 23 processors in there. And it still would take days and days and days compared to what those are going to take. You know, what those are going to knock off the time it takes to process all that cobble. yeah, moving back to blood magic and getting back on track. So I have all these materials ready to go. So let's take a look at what I'm going to build. I put together a few of these because I'm going to need to be making some stuff that I don't need to just make a ridiculous amount of and keep it on hand. I just need to make what I need. One of those things that I need is some more filling agent. So I'm going to go ahead and start that right now just because I really need it. Filling agent, I believe, is glowstone. Let me look that up. If you look up blood, it's going to give us all the blood magic and maybe a few extra things that aren't actually blood magic, but that's okay. And we'll look over here. I know it's... Wait. Where'd it go? Should look up filling agent. No, it should be on this page. There it is. Filling agent, and that is redstone, glowstone, netherwort, and simple catalyst. So if I get redstone, glowstone, run a little low on glowstone. All that processing, all those different things has definitely used up a lot of my glowstone. Netherwort and simple catalyst, and then it'll start remaking that simple catalyst over there because it pulled it from the system over there. Oh, and I need a orb for over here. Grab out an orb there. This one should already be bound. It is. Okay. So I'm going to need orbs for these two systems. So let me just go ahead and grab 2 blood shards. Running low on those, so I'm going to have to do something soon to get some more. It's not too big of a deal. And then I think while I am down here, I can show you what I've been doing down here. I did some upgrading over here in the, well, some changing things around. I got this set up basically ready to go for something later. I'm not sure. I might make this for another spawning room similar to this one. Like this one, I converted, got rid of the slimes, and oh shoot, get away from that! Get away from that! Ah, yeah, that thing will kill me. Those things will kill you. Ah, dang it! Don't cut my rubber boots. Plastic boots. Well, anyway, just trust me. There's a blaze spawner in there now. There's a blaze captured in a net in the auto spawner. I guess it would have been easier just to show you by turning it on for a minute. So I don't need slime anymore. I've got more slime than I'll ever need. So this is now going to be my blaze spawner room. It doesn't seem to have too many problems with the infernal mobs spawning in there. Hopefully I won't have any problem. I've had a bit of problem with the other spawner that I set up. So I did some modification to that to help eliminate the problems. So yeah, they go in there. Here, go ahead and turn the spawner off. I don't really need a ton more right now, I don't think. But yeah, the conveyor belts will eventually catch them because when they're not aggroed on somebody, they will float down, and then once the conveyor belt has them, it'll move them up into that spot pretty reliably. And you can see this also produces more experience than it uses. So I got a pile of XP in there, and the spawner is staying full of mob juice because of the sewer that's underneath it that collects the XP balls. So over here we got another spawner. I had to do quite a bit of modification to my little ocean up here and stuff. I had to fill in the one corner. Oh, I don't have no flight. I had to fill in the one corner. Let me just run up there. I can move fast. Come on. Up the stairs. See, okay, yeah, you can see it from here. You can see that I filled in the corner there. I had to build out the walls. So these walls, the exterior walls on this building, or on this room, are 3 tiles thick over there. And that's because when these guys were when I first started spawning these guys, they were popping through the walls because the walls weren't thick enough. And then they would start flying around in the map, and you know, these guys flying around in your map are not fun. Oh, that's nasty noise. Yeah, kills them, pops them up. This went through a bunch of different variations of what I had to figure out to build this. I first tried running pipes over to the it's kind of hard to see from here. I'll show you when I get my flight. You can see there's 4 hoppers in there, and that's because even though this picks up a bunch of items, they still occasionally drop some items. I'm not sure why. So I put the hoppers in there to pick up anything that ended up dropping in there. They originally had pipes running down to the Tesseract underneath there, and I originally had that turning off the Tesseract. That was a bad idea. So I moved that up so it only would affect that spawner, and the Tesseract would stay on. Now right underneath the Tesseract I have a vacuum hopper that is there just to pull the items towards the regular hoppers, because the vacuum hopper will not feed directly into the Tesseract. And the other problem I was having is with the water there, items wouldn't fall through the covers with the holes in them. So yeah, anyway, this is what I ended up with. 4 hoppers around there just to pick up any items that fall in there. And instead of pipes running down to that what you call it there? That would be a grinder. Yes, that's what you call it. I put its own Tesseract. So it has its own Tesseract power. This one feeds back to the main system. This one's on the main channel. The one underneath the spawners on spawners, of course. So this one, of course, it doesn't. Yeah, it sends the fluid and the items back into the system. So I'm getting more mob essence from that. I probably, and if I had to guess, I'm guessing it's producing more mob essence than it uses. Because I'm only spawning squid. I'm spawning squid in there. There's a squid spawner in that spawner. And because of the witch water, there's 2 blocks of witch water, one in that corner and one over there. Because of that, they spawn in that witch water and they turn into gas. So it's a relatively cheap spawn and way to get gas and gas tears, because gas tears were needed in one of my alchemical processes. And to prevent the infernal mobs from destroying the room, because they destroyed the room like 4 or 5 times before I just got tired of it, you can see that I went ahead and warded all of the blocks, well, except for the glass. I can't ward the glass and still have the door work. And I can't ward the machine blocks. But every other block in there is warded, and I can't ward the hoppers either. But so if they do end up trying to destroy stuff, they shouldn't be able to now. They may pop the grinder, it's a possibility, or the spawner. If they do, it should get sucked into the system and everything will just basically shut down. I don't intend to run this while I'm AFK anyway, so I'm going to be down here watching it anytime I need it. So I'm just going to go, well, do I need tiers? No, I've got 545 right now. I'm good, so I don't need tiers. So when I need them, I'll just come down here and run it for a bit, kind of attended, so that I don't have to worry about mass destruction of any of my systems. So there's one of my blood orbs. Now I just gotta wait for the other one. Take this one up and put it, because I don't want to. If I'm standing near here, nothing will spawn underneath. So just gonna take this one up and put it in here. And this one is all done making the filling agent. That's great. So now I can get my potion filled again. Oh, I don't even have to go down there right now because I have all these other stands ready to go, so I can fill up my flight potion here while I'm waiting. And while I'm get rid of some of this junk that I picked up. Every time I run by that room down there, there's always just a few items, you know, because my vacuum hoppers don't quite cover the whole room that's underneath there. They're just a little shy of covering the room. So I end up not having a few items hanging out in those no vacuum areas. So might as well get it one more to see if it gets me full. Gets it full. If not, it'll be one short of full. Oh, filled it all the way up. Nice. Okay. Jump back. No, it's probably not ready yet. Okay, let's look at blood magic. And okay, so we see all of these different, I guess funky looking blocks. These look really cool in my opinion, but so we need to look at first making a spell paradigm. There are 3 different types of spell paradigm. There's the particle generator, the self-augmenter, and the melee aggregator. So we're going to be looking at the particle generator because we want to make a spell that fires away from us a small particle or whatever and then does something as it does that. So this is one we're going to look at. We're going to need to have these parts. Let's see, what is it? Stone brace, some stone braces, some spell output cables. So some of these parts are I'm going to want to like make a bunch of because they're used in, if we look at some of these other things, we're going to have wooden braces. We're going to need more stone braces here. So what do we need to make stone braces? We need a bunch of reinforced slate. I should have had those all made in advance. So if we look at getting some stone out of here real quick. I don't believe I have any of these ready to go, so I am going to grab up my other blood orb out of here. Go ahead, and I'm just going to make one more blood orb just so I have one in the system. Bind that one to me so that it'll work in the alchemical chemistry set, and this one can now go and reside here. So these all have their orbs. Yeah. So, oops. Yeah, did I put the slate in there? I don't think I don't know, I put the orb thing in there. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to put a pile of stone in here. And for some reason I can't get my hoppers to feed into this anymore. I don't know why. But the duct will feed in there. I don't know if it's just a bug with my altar or if it's just a bug with the spell system or the blood magic right now in this version, but for some reason hoppers aren't working for me, but this does. So as soon as I take the orb out, as soon as the orb is made and I take it out, it'll feed in the stone that I just stuck in there. Now stay away from it so that it spawns mobs in that room down there to fill the altar. There it goes. A bunch of mobs just spawned down here. Hopefully that'd be enough to finish off this guy. Okay, I'm going to finish off that blood orb. I'm going to make a stack of the slates. That's going to take a little while. So I'm going to cut this out and I'll be back when that's ready to go. Okay, I think I got most of what I need to get a good start here. I made a bunch of reinforced slate. There's another stack in the system already that I made. I made some imbued slate because when I was looking at the recipes I discovered I'm going to need some of those. So if we look at making our paradigm now, we need one paradigm. Like I said, there are 3 different types. They're not called that though. That's what they're called when you're talking about and using them in spell generation. You start with a paradigm and then you use a spell focus, which is going to be one of these type right here, these 4. Crucible Fire, Ice Maker, Wind Generator, or Earth Former. Those are your focus. And then you start modifying your spell, which would be your default modifier, your offensive modifier, defensive modifier, or environmental spell modifier. I think this one goes, well, maybe this one's second, actually, the modifier. Maybe it's paradigm modifier spell focus. We'll try it that way first. I'm not going to jump out and look at somebody else's video so I can remember. We'll just figure it out as we go. So I need the particle generator. So I've taught my ME system to make a few of these subparts, being the stone brace, the obsidian brace, and the wooden brace, and the input and output spell cables. it can make all those for me. I just need to make some. Okay, I need to set up for blood. Let's just get this built first. So we're going to need a projectile core. That's going to require an empty core, which is going to be, I could have taught it this one. So why don't I do that? So get some blanks. I'm sure out of blanks. Get a few blanks. So projectile core. You can get that core, that empty core, fishing with the blood rod. Occasionally, I've gotten a couple of them. There's probably some in there. So if I look at making an empty core, we'll teach it that one. That's one that it can do. So back to projectile core. See if we got everything in there for that. And yeah, I went and collected a bunch more weak blood shards while I was waiting for those stones to craft out, or to craft up in the altar. Oop, I guess it's this one. There we go. Projectile core. So now we want to look at our projectile generator. Let's see, we're going to need some stone. Oops. Everything's jumping around because the cobblestone's going in and out of the system. Let's see, we need about, start with 10 of those. Gonna also need some of the cables. So if we go ahead and craft up, let's say, I'll start with 6 and 5 just to start with. I'll probably need more, but let's get those started. So what else do we need for this? We need a paradigm plate. Okay, that's probably, and that would have told me how to. So this, I'm not going to need a ton of these. I'm not going to teach the system to make these because I'm only going to need one of these per spell. So I'll just build that by hand and then go ahead and. Alright, there's the start of our spell. So let's go and build our spell over here. Yeah. Actually, I want to pick this area over here. And we're going to put it on the wall here. So we'll start right here. Seems good enough. Oh, something I didn't realize is I needed to load this area because I started putting ME stuff in here. When I went over to the nether and came back, my ME system was broken because part of it got unloaded. So there's now a loader loading these 3 chunks as well now. So I've got 18 chunks being loaded whenever I go away from here. So there's my particle generator. If I right click it, I can move it around. And this only has an output, it doesn't have an input, so I don't have to worry about that. I'll explain that better here in a second when I start adding to it. But I'm going to go ahead and move it. Yeah, that's fine. So now, how do I use this thing? Oh, I didn't make the thing to use it. So let's look at that real quick. To get that, we're going to need a spell something. There it is, complex spell crystal. And that's got by making a unbound spell crystal, which is glass in the altar, and then crafting it in the alchemical chemistry set to get that thing. So let's go ahead and grab a piece of glass, run it down to the altar, and that shouldn't take but a second. It only takes 1,000 blood magic. The regular spell crystal that I'm actually going to make for the first stage here is used in the simple spell system. And if you want to see me build some simple spells, leave a comment let me know and I will put it in a future episode before I finish the series up. If not, I'm just going to kind of skip that part of blood magic. So, okay, now I need the, if I look again here for the spell, so it takes 2 weak blood shards, a gold, and a diamond. Okay. So grab 2 weak blood shards, diamond, and a gold, and we'll toss it in here, and it should cook right. And I have my particles off so you can't see it working, but it is working because there it is, complex spell crystal. So now I can bring this down here, and if I right click it in the air to bind it to myself, you see now I'm the owner. And then if I right click it on that, it now binds to that particular paradigm. You can see that it has coordinates and dimensions, and it will now work based off of whatever is attached to this paradigm. Now the paradigm will work by itself. Here, I think I probably, oh, I know what's wrong. I need to take this off because this has whirlwind in it. And then probably put my particles back on so you can actually see what's happening here. Okay, sorry. Let me get back to it. There we go. There we can see the particle now. Okay, so if you have your particles off, you won't be able to see what's happening with these things. So, see, I'm making a little projectile, and if there was an enemy around, I would be damaging it. Probably not much damage. It wouldn't be much more than like punching it. Maybe not even that much. It's very weak because I don't have anything attached to that paradigm yet. I don't have it doing anything. So if we go ahead and make, let's see, I don't want to waste my stuff because I don't have a ton of stuff. I will do some more intricate spells. I'm going to just focus on building the digging spell first, and then in a later episode I'll come back and show you some of the other things that can be done with that spell system. So back to blood. So what I need next is I need my modifier. I want an environmental modifier because that's going to allow it to drop the dirt that it digs up. So if I pull that in, what's the middle thing I need? I need an environmental core. So let's look at that environmental core again. I'm going to need Orbitus Terra. So this is something I'm going to have to do in the alchemy set. And I'm going to need the strengthened catalyst. So the strengthened catalyst is simple catalyst, bone meal, and nether wart. Simple catalyst, bone meal, and nether wart. And if I come right over to this one, I can go ahead and put those things in there. And now that I have my particles on, you can see that it's working. I'm probably going to need a bunch of this, so I'm just going to let that cook up. That's enough to probably get done what I need done. Oh wait, I'm building that to make the Terra stuff, right? Yeah, so I need a couple of those. While that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Get the blood stuff out. Or, well, look at the blood stuff again so I can remember what I'm building. I'm building the environmental core, which is going to take Orbitus Terra, which is Terra, strengthened catalyst, gunpowder, sand, and netherrack. So, gunpowder, sand, and netherrack. And then it was also the strengthened catalyst, which I should have over there, and Terra. Let's see here. Put that in there, that, and then I just need... Oops, I put those over there. That's okay. Get some more of those. Actually, I only need 4 of these. Let's not make more than I need, because I might need these for other stuff. And just wait a moment for that. While that's cooking up, I'm going to need a core crafted. I believe that should be everything I need crafted. So, whoops, butterfly. Random. So these guys go here. I need that core. And then I need a orb. There we go. Get it right. And I'm just going to keep that in my inventory because I think I'm going to be needing it a bunch. So now if I look again at the blood magic stuff and find the part I'm making, there it is. I think I should have some more of that stuff in there. Do I have everything but this? I do. Okay, there's my environmental spell modifier. I hope this goes second. I think it does. So it looks like it goes second. So right click to move the... Now, did I remove the right one? No, I don't think I did. I think that's the output. Wait. Is that the output? Okay, it's right click to move the input around. And then, yeah, see that lines up good. So that's got to be right. And then it's shift right click to move the output. I mean, it looks right. Maybe. Well, that kind of looks right too. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, so I guess I could fire this to see what it does. Doesn't do anything like that. Let's see if I switch this around. Does it do anything like that? It's going to break the wall eventually. I'm going to think it's like that. We'll find out soon enough. I know that right-clicking moves one, either the input or the output, and then shift right-clicking moves the other input or output. So we need to look at blood, magic stuff again. So okay, at this point I need the actual spell focus to tell it what it's going to do. So I want the earth one, the earth former. If we look at pulling that in there, I got everything but this, which is probably going to take some kind of... Oh, okay, it just takes Terra and a core. Got the core and this, and got that. So now we should be able to make the EARTH earth former. There it is. And go ahead and put this over here. And if I get it right, I should be able to break the wall with this. Put that down, and I'm going to right click, I think, to move the input. Shift right click to move the output. Maybe. Let's find out. No. Something's not right. So let's try switching this around. No. Try switching this one around. There's probably a good way to know how these work with the input and output based on the color of the connection things here. But so let's see if this does anything. Oh, there we go. Working. Okay, so it's right click to move the output. Shift right click to move the input. And now I gotta fix that here. It's snowing. Yeah, that is one. I think I mentioned it before. It is a disadvantage of going AFK overnight. My system runs out of the stuff that eliminates the rain, so that system stops working until I manufacture more materials for it. So let's fix my wall. Now that I have it figured out, it's right click for the output, shift right click for the input. I hope I said that right. Grab some stone, go fix the wall. Let me double check that just to make sure. I want to say it right at least once. So yeah, right click is the output. Shift right click is the input. So we all clear about that? I know I'm clear about it now. So there we go. That's what it does. It blows stuff up. It does not drop anything yet. Actually, did it drop stuff? Did it drop stuff? It's supposed to drop stuff. Maybe. Wait, that's important. Does it drop blocks? No. So maybe I don't have these right in the right order. So let's try switching this order up, because this should be dropping blocks on the ground. So if that's the output, connect the input. Now, so it does. So it must be focus, or I mean a paradigm focus modifier. Let's try that. Output over there, input like that. That looks kind of right. So now if I shoot, well, I drop blocks. Yay, there. That is the correct order. So I had the order of it messed up and some other stuff. So here's how it works. Paradigm, spell focus, modifier, and then enhancers are going to go further along. So now that I've got that figured out, we need to enhance the spell. Don't I have a wand for this? Somewhere? Probably in the ME system. Oh, I also put another access terminal down here, so there wouldn't be any problem accessing the ME system from anywhere in the village, especially the mage tower. It is in there. Okay. Just fill this back in real quick, and then I'm going to be doing any further testing in the nether because it's going to get hairy if I keep doing it here. So I want this output to go up. There we go, up, because the next part's going to go up. I'm going to just build it there on the wall vertically. So I did figure out a way to do it a little different than some other folks that I've seen put this together. And it's going to save you some materials, I hope. So if we look at blood stuff again, so now I need to empower, and I also want to not dampen. If you use dampener, that just reduces the blood cost, which is okay. That's not something I'm going to do. I want to augment and empower. I believe augment changes the amount of space it'll affect, and empower changes how many it can affect at a time. And it does different things depending on the spell you're using, but in the context of the dig spell, that's what it does. So the unstable empower. I'm going to start with one of these, so I'm going to need to make cracked these guys. So what's that? Concentrated, which is the strengthened and fractured bones. Fractured bones is a bunch of bone and gunpowder. Bone and gunpowder. And since this makes like stacks, let's see, do that, and so I've got my strengthened catalyst, and I need to make some higher tier catalyst, which I think was blood. Let me look at this again. Sorry if this is a little unprepared, but it's the first time I've done this. I'm doing it on camera, so you're learning with me. I've watched some other videos, but it's a pretty complicated system. Until you actually do it yourself, you're probably not going to remember everything there is that you need to know to do it. So I need concentrated catalyst, which is the strengthened catalyst plus the fractured bone and some gold nuggets. So gold nuggets, craft me some of those. And I have the strengthened catalyst. I just need the fractured bone. Let's go ahead and toss a few of those in there. I don't know how many of these I need, but let's start with 4. Is that working? It is working. And now then, so here's what I'm going to do different than most other people do. Instead of building all reinforced, which reinforced are great, you can have 3 of them. Instead, I'm actually going to build an unstable, a standard, and then a reinforced, because as it's looking at the spell, it comes to the reinforced and says, okay, there's none before that, so the reinforced will affect it. And then it comes to the standard spell and power, and it says, okay, well, there's 1 in power before that, but the standard can have up to 2, so it says, okay, I will allow that. And then it comes to the spell, the reinforced one, and says, okay, there's 2 before it, but this is reinforced, so it can allow 3, so I'll allow that. So that's how that's going to work. And you'll understand a little bit better as I string it together over there, I guess. So let me grab that out of there and put that in there. And this is what I'm working for. Oh, I'm working to build one of these, actually. No, wait. This is what I'm building. Oh, this is what I'm building. I'll figure it out eventually. Oh, actually, I'm going to need a bunch of these, actually. Ain't I? Yes, I am. Let me get those back out of there. Catalyst. Getting those catalysts back out of there. This bone is done, so I can start working in here with it. And then it was 2 of these, I believe. So I will need another 3 of those to do all the ones that I have. So I need some cracked plates, cracked runic plates. I'm going to need some of the next tier up plates, and then I'm going to need some of the top tier plates. Hopefully I have enough materials here to build the spell. If not, I might have to take a quick cut and get the rest of the materials. Oops, wrong thing in there. There we go. So I need, actually I'm only going to need 4 of these total, and then I'm going to need the next tier up for the rest, or tiers above that for the rest. So I want a spell and power, this one right here. Takes 2 crack plates and a power core, which is Virtus. Oh great, I don't have any Virtus, I don't believe. So that's the strengthened catalyst, gunpowder, redstone, and coal. And so gonna need 4 of those, gunpowder, and redstone. Wow, I got a lot of redstone in there. Lot more than I thought I did. Oh, actually I need 8 redstone. And strengthened catalyst I have in my inventory, so come back over here, pull those out, and toss that there. And that's going to work. I'm not sure if I'll need that again. Okay, so blood magic. Keep looking at this. Sorry about, I probably should cut some of this out, but I don't know. Maybe you enjoy learning with me, watching the process. If not, you know, leave a comment. Let me know what you liked and what you didn't like about the video. And like I said, I will attempt to adjust my style based on what people want to see. So if I pull that in there, I need, what is it I need? I need wooden braces. So I have those ready to go crafting ability wise, and I'm going to need 8 of those total because I'm going to make 2 of the wooden brace style. Empower, and enhancer. What's it called? I don't think I said that right. I'm going to make a wooden empower and a wooden augmenter. There we go. I said it right. So I'm going to need this guy still. So I'm making the Vertus over there. The Vertus should be ready. Yes, it is. Vertus is ready. I probably should take it off of the synchronized mode so I don't have to keep typing it in every time. But then I would, okay, so that, what am I missing, a core? Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and craft up, let's see, I need at least 5 more cores, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to make 5 more things that are going to attach to that stuff over there. No, I'm going to need more than that. I think I'm only going to get the first part of this spell done on camera. That's okay. I'm going to need the whole second part of the spell. Maybe I'll do that off camera once I get to that point. So I want to put together at least the first half all on camera. So there's my unstable empower. So now I'm going to need one of these guys. So I need do these all take the same empower or the same core? They do. They all take the power core. So I should get 16 more of that, some coal, eight more of that, and 8 more gunpowder. 8. Okay, and go ahead and start crafting that up. And that will give me the other 2 cores I need for that part. I'm going to need some more plates, some higher tier plates, which is the runic plate is a Tara and the cracked plate. So need some Tara and toss those in here with the cracked plate. Is there something else along with that? Wait, what that? Cracked plate, Terra. That's right. Cracked plate, Terra. Oh, I know what's wrong. I need this guy down here. You need a archmage blood orb for this. There we go. Now it's working. So to make the highest tier spells, you are definitely going to need to have a top tier altar and the archmage's blood orb. But you can get something going at tier 4. That's when you probably can first start making the advanced spells. So toss those in there, and I look up this again, and I get 2 more of these. 1, 2, and then, yeah, do I have everything for that? Not even close. I need the, what is it I need? No? Braces. I need stone braces. I'm gonna need 8 of them, ultimately. And then I'm waiting for these guys, so yeah, some of them. And I'm gonna need, well, I only need 4 for the things I'm making right now. Let's see here. Get back in there one more time. And should have everything now for that. There we go, stage 2. And now finally I need stage 3, which is going to take these guys. It's the imbued. Okay, those take 2 runic, 2 of the plates. Aquacellus, Magicalis, and Incendium. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to have all that automated alchemy ready to go. Aquacellus, Magicalis, and Incendium. And then, yeah, I guess it is good that I had extras of these, because I actually need 2 of them. Those can go in that one and cook up. So, I don't want another one of those yet. I want blood. It gets a little quicker after you have, once you know, figure out what exactly it is used. So I need some of these obsidian braces. Craft me 4 of those. And then give me this. I want this. All I'm missing is these guys. Whoops. Right here. And there's the 3rd stage. Okay, so let's go ahead and put these on there, and I will show you what they do. Now when you do it like this, you got to make sure that you put the unstable first. And yeah, that should, yeah, output. Just need to, there we go, output to the side. Then you can have the, put the output, that put there, there we go. So then you go with the standard, and then you go with reinforced. So as it's looking at this spell, it goes unstable. You can have one of those. You can have 1 empower at this point. Then it goes to the next one. It says, oh, there's another empower. Is you can have 2 if they're standard. Well, this one's standard, so it says okay. And then it goes to the next one. It says empower. Well, you can have 3 if they're reinforced. This one's reinforced. So it says okay. So the output is going to go up. The input needs to go over there. So that should work, and I'm going to take a quick jump over to the nether and demonstrate what this does. So right over to the quarry and give myself a quick light potion. Go ahead and put that on my bar. I should be able to, didn't do nothing. What? Maybe it did something, I'm just not seeing it. Come down here. There it goes, it's doing something. Not very impressive at this stage, really. Put my hat on, that'll help. Of course, that does weird things with the projectile because it deflects it. So, I'm not going to be able to wear that. Okay, so not too impressive at this stage, so I need to get the other bits of this spell created. The other 3 hopefully that's working correctly. Unless he made it so that this doesn't work anymore. I hope that that's not the case. These are the empowerers, so they're allowing it to affect more items at a time. I need the enhancers to affect the area. So if I look at blood again, blood magic, where'd it go? So I need the, not the dampeners, but the augmenter, unstable augmenter, which is going to take a potency core. So Potentia, I should have that. Do I have that? Is that one I did not? Oh, I didn't make none of that. Huh. Well, I'm going to need to make some of that. Blood, magic, there we go. Potency, what do I need? Glowstone, lapis, nether, quartz, and strengthened catalyst. Oh, that's why, because it's specific to the spell system. Glowstone. So I need a bunch of this. Glowstone, nether quartz, lapis. A lot of lapis too. And strengthened catalyst should be right here. Yes. There we go. Make some of that for me. Make a bunch of that for me, actually. And while it's doing that, I will see if I can't figure out what else I need for these real quick. I want to try and get this done on camera and for this episode. So I believe I used up some of that stuff, so I got the, should have the cores ready to go. Everything else should be ready there, right? I should have the cracked runic plates in there. Input-output cables should be ready to go. If not, the system will craft them real quick. All I need is this potentia to make 3 of these guys. So I'm going to need a total of 12 of these. So almost ready to go. One more. 12 of those. I'm going to pull those out just in case I need it for something else. Toss them in there. Pull this up. I need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to make this. What am I missing? Oh, the input-output cables. So look back at that. Input. Okay, look at cables. There we go. Craft me 3 of those. Craft me 3 of those. And output. Input. There's my unstable. And then I'm going to need some more of those stick thingies, which I can't remember off. These guys right here, stone braces. Braces, that's what I need. Craft 4 of those. Gives me one of those. Go ahead and just craft 4 of these because I'll need them in here in just 1 second. And we look back and we can make the reinforced blood augmentator. There we go. That wasn't nearly as bad as the first round because I was a little, like I said, as you make these it becomes a little easier over time to go ahead and get what you need. So output needs to go to this side. Inputs already should be on the down side. Come down here and get the normal one. Output's going to go that way, input to that side now. Same here. Output can go over there for now, just so I know where it's at. Oh, no, that's not it. There we go. Now that should be all lined up the way it needs to go. And if I, wait a minute, this one's not right. There we go. Now it's right. Make sure everything is connected. Looks like it's connected okay. So let's go back over to the quarry and give this one more test before I wrap this video up. I did not get a quest done today. I'm sorry. It's going to become hard to get quests done because I don't have too many left. But now if I come over here and I got my hat off, yes. Look at that. That is working the way I want it to. Cool. So now I don't have the other part of the spell ready to go. This is only half of the spell. The second half of the spell is going to bring all of this dirt that it's digging for me. It's going to bring it back to me as it digs it out. Well, it just kind of flew up and out of... Yeah, you got to be careful about using these projectiles with the whirlwind sigil in your armor, because it'll just kind of throw them in weird directions. Which is also what I think was happening yesterday when I was using the primal charm. It was throwing the projectile into some weird direction, and it was looking like it was just had a mind of its own. But anyway, yeah, you gotta make sure that you're not using your whirlwind sigil while you're trying to use these projectile spells. And apparently it does affect projectiles from other mods too, like Thaumcraft. So that's the first half of the spell. I will finish up the other half of the spell off camera between episodes. It's basically just a bunch more of the same thing, except I'm going to extend this spell out so I can add another effect, which is I'm going to add another. Well, I'll tell you exactly what I'm going to add. I'm going to add the wind generator and the environmental effect, just like that one, which will actually cause things to be forced back into my inventory as they are dug. So I will be able to dig and collect at the same time, just like crazy fast, and I'll probably get I'll get the dirt generation. I'll be able to get the dirt generation. What's that called? Quest done for the hoarding. And yeah, this one right here, dirt collection. So yeah, that's one I'm working on tomorrow, because I will have the ability to collect an insane amount of dirt relatively fast at that point with my dig spell. I should talk real quick before I finish this up about some of the other things that I had to do to get all this automated alchemy working. I added a fluid transposer up here. This one is just for making water bottles of water for one of the automated things, and this one over here is just for making buckets of lava. Just something else I had to do to get all this automated alchemy working. There's a lot of logistics to it. So, probably went long. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know I did. I am really happy about being able to use this spell. I am going to have a lot of fun with it. And if you did like it, comment and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a comment anyway, and let me know what I can do better in the next one. So I will catch you guys later.